Good morning. I'm Deputy Chief Brian Cruz. Alongside me is Chief Jan Phillips and Lieutenant Charles Merlo of our Criminal Investigations Division. First and foremost, our thoughts and prayers go out to the family and friends of Esteban Sylvester, age 11, of Shelbyville. Esteban was a rising 7th grader at Harris Middle School. Last night, just before 10 p.m., Esteban's father arrived at the family's residence and found Esteban unresponsive. Attempts to locate Esteban's mother, Patricia, and 4-year-old sibling, Raphael, were unsuccessful throughout the night. This led to the endangered child alert that went out earlier. Today, around 8 a.m., the mother returned to the residence with 4-year-old Raphael. The two were escorted to the police department, where investigators questioned Patricia about the suspicious death of Esteban. Without going into the details of this very active investigation, I can tell you that Patricia has admitted to the intentional killing of Esteban and the attempted murder of 4-year-old Raphael. Raphael has been taken to a local hospital for further evaluation. Patricia has been charged by our Criminal Investigations Division with 1 count of criminal homicide and 1 count of attempted criminal homicide. We ask for your patience, your prayers, and your understanding as we continue this tragic investigation. We will take a few questions at this time.
Are you questioning the father as well?
No, ma'am. The father has been cooperative throughout this investigation. Obviously, he was spoken to last night on scene, and he's been briefed again this morning about our findings, but he's been fully cooperative, and we don't believe he has any involvement whatsoever in this incident.
What's next for the mother?
The mother will be transported to the Bedford County Jail, where she will be held on the charges of criminal homicide and attempted criminal homicide.
Are any other family members involved at this point?
No.
Any idea what time the homicide occurred? I think y'all said the father found the baby just before 10. Did she give you any time frame?
We believe the homicide occurred much earlier in the day yesterday. And then there were attempts to, conceal some things, and also for her to flee the residence. She did that with the 4-year-old, and then ultimately returned to the vicinity of the residence this morning. We had officers on scene who spotted her and brought her into the police department for questioning.
She come in peacefully, try to resist or anything?
She has not resisted, and she is cooperating in the investigation at this time.
She shed light on where she was at, trying to hide, trying to escape or anything during the night?
We know she fled Bedford County and visited nearby Coffee County, a couple of different jurisdictions that we're sending officers out there. We'll be visiting those locations throughout the day, but she did return to the family residence this morning around 8 a.m. when she was ultimately brought in for questioning.
She just had the 2 children?
She does, yes, sir.
How do you know she attempted to end the life of the 4-year-old?
There's evidence consistent with what she told us on the body of the 4-year-old. And we're fortunate that he's still with us today.
Think you've answered all the questions you need to at this time with her, or do you think there's still some things that need to be discovered?
There will be questions for days and weeks and months about why this happened. And our investigators will continue looking into that until we have all the answers.
Have you been to that residence before, or is this the first time that you know offhand? I mean, without going back.
Offhand, we do not have any prior call history there that would have led us to suspect anything like that would have happened in that residence. So.
Can you speak on how the homicide happened, or?
We are investigating this as evidence leads us to believe that it was strangulation. The deceased will be transferred to the medical examiner's office, where we will ultimately learn the exact cause of death.
Such a bad thing. How does it affect the community? How does it affect you guys?
Well, we are fortunate in this community that we have a lot of resources and people willing to step up and assist us, as well as family and friends of Esteban. Spoke to Dr. Garrett, our school superintendent, this morning, and she's offering grief counselors to friends of Esteban and family members who may need that in the days and weeks ahead. All right, thank you.
Thanks, sir.
We do have this photo of Esteban. If you,
This is what they put out for the endangered child.
this is not the endangered child alert. This is the deceased, a picture of the 12-year-old. It's,
So you said he was gonna go into 7th grade?
yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. He was a rising 7th grader at Harris Middle School, our local middle school here in Shelbyville.
Thank you.
We appreciate y'all.
Thank you.
Appreciate y'all's assistance in this. We do, we failed to mention that we appreciate the assistance we had from the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation. Obviously, they were very timely in their assistance this morning in releasing that endangered child alert. They've reached out to us throughout the morning and offered any assistance that we may need in this investigation. So we do want to, extend our thanks out to the Tennessee Bureau of Investigations and others who have called with tips and information already today after seeing the endangered child alert. We appreciate the public's assistance in this case as well.
Yeah, I think it's a valuable resource for investigators with the TBI, with the missing child. It's a valuable resource for investigators, the TBI missing child, because it gets that out there very quickly. So I think that had a hand in her coming back here, because she knew that just everywhere she went, somebody was calling us and telling us where she was at.
How glad do you feel getting her off the streets?
Say that again?
How happy are you that she's in custody?
Well, I'm very happy. Anybody that would hurt a child needs to be, just needs justice served. So I'm very happy that she'll be prosecuted for her crimes.